Heal and root, healing the future from the root.
The full-scale conflict between Iran and Israel in June 2025 is essentially a showdown between Israel's absolute security concept and Iran's axis of resistance strategy. These opposing visions of order are reshaping the Middle East and pushing the region to the brink of nuclear proliferation. As the only nuclear-armed state in the Middle East, Israel has long relied on nuclear ambiguity to maintain its strategic edge. Its deterrence, based on 90 nuclear warheads, follows a preemptive strike doctrine seen in past attacks on Iraq and Syria's nuclear programs. However, against Iran's Fordow facility buried 800 meters underground, traditional strikes are ineffective. The 2025 air raid, though damaging, only accelerated Iran's uranium enrichment, reinforcing a cycle of strike and intensified confrontation. Iran has endowed its nuclear capability with dual significance: religious civilizational revival and strategic resistance. In Tehran's political discourse, nuclear technology is both a tool to break Western hegemony and a symbol of Persian Renaissance. Ahmadinejad's claim that nuclear rights are inalienable reflects this deep motivation, binding nuclear capability to regime legitimacy and national dignity. Even under sanctions, Iran turns nuclear facilities into symbols of identity, reinforced through mass rallies and nationalist narratives. The cognitive gap between the two sides creates a fatal security dilemma. Israel sees Iran's nuclear program as a prelude to a second Holocaust, while Iran views nuclear capability as essential for survival against foreign interference. This civilizational confrontation renders traditional deterrence theory ineffective. Israel rejects any nuclear balance, and Iran's decisions are shaped by religious ideology. More dangerously, the conflict is triggering a regional nuclear proliferation chain. Turkey questions the legitimacy of nuclear monopoly. Saudi Arabia begins Sino-Russian uranium enrichment cooperation, and Egypt and the UAE quietly expand civilian nuclear programs. As the NPT's double standards collide with geopolitical reality, the international nuclear order risks collapse. From the perspective of civilizational evolution, the Iran-Israel conflict reflects two paths to modernity. Israel embodies technological military hegemony, while Iran builds an ideologically driven resistance network. However, the nature of nuclear weapons means that victory by either side could open Pandora's box. If the international community fails to overcome the geopolitical deadlock and build an inclusive security framework, the Middle East risks a nuclear standoff on the scale of the Cuban Missile Crisis. History shows there are no true winners under the shadow of nuclear weapons, only varying degrees of survival. Only by reconstructing a shared security consensus through multilateral dialogue and turning nuclear threats into cooperation opportunities can the region avoid becoming the origin of a global nuclear disaster.